Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Hannah, and I'm a high school science teacher in the wonderful state of Florida. And crazy enough, I'm going into my third year, which is like, blows my mind. But if you've been following along for the last few weeks, I've been posting a bunch of videos being like, answering first year teacher questions, part 1, part 2. I also did my best and worst purchases. I also did behavior management, and I walked you guys through my classroom setup. So all 5 of those videos, I will hopefully remember to link down below. But basically, it's just kind of all part of my series of like getting you guys ready to go back to school. If we go back to school, you know what I mean? But today, as you can tell by the title, is what I have purchased so far for my classroom. So if you've watched my other videos like classroom setup, what to buy, what not to buy, one of the big things that I touched on is never feel shame for spending too much or too little on your classroom. That is literally a choice that is just between you and your bank account and your significant other, if there is one. Basically, you know, it's literally just your choice. As a first year teacher, I remember I set up my classroom beautifully. I don't know, it's so hard. So as a first year teacher, I was buying so much stuff, all stuff that I needed, because I was teaching at a Title I school where parents didn't contribute anything, which is fine because of the financial situations they were in, but that was what I was walking into. So I had to buy I had to buy everything. I walked into my classroom and there wasn't a teacher chair, and there was literally one single stapler with no staples in it, and that's it. And then the school did offer $75 for all first year teachers. But if you guys have ever shopped for your classroom before, you know $75 is gone in like a snap of the fingers. I think I literally bought 5 scissors and a classroom set of colored pencils, and that was my $75 gone. So my first year, I focused a lot on just kind of buying the essentials. I did fall into a few teacher traps like caddies and stuff like that. But my second year, I ended up teaching at a school where some families did have the financial means to buy their kids notebooks, buy their kids colored pencils, or even donate to the classroom, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's a game changer. So my second year, I kind of fell into some of the teacher traps of like, oh my gosh, everyone is going to the Target dollar spot and buying this and buying that, and it's so cute. So what would I do? I would go buy this or that, whatever that thing was. So I wanted to show you guys, as a third year teacher, what am I actually buying this summer? Now, first things first, face wipes. So I personally really like these Burt's Bees ones. I haven't tried the blue pack. Normally I buy one that's orange or pink, but I really love, like, after the school day's over or during a lunch break, if you're just having like a crazy day, there's something about just like wiping your face down and getting it clean that just totally helps you hit the reset button. I always love to have a pack of these in my teacher backpack. But I mean, especially with masks this year, I mean, this is probably gonna feel so good. I do buy the one that's for cleansing, hydrating, and removing makeup because I don't wear makeup. So just kind of be aware if you do buy face wipes to check, just so you can buy based on your needs. But 10 out of 10 would recommend. Now, the next thing I bought were thin expo markers, and I'm so excited about these because thin expo markers, we just don't use that often in the classroom. Like if I'm writing in my whiteboard, I'm writing with the thick ones. And so I always just kept, you know how you, like when you buy a whiteboard, it comes with like cheap, thin little, it comes with thin point dry erase markers, but they're always super cheap. I just kept collecting those and then using them. And honestly, they're not good. And so I finally invested in a whole color pack. This was only $6.99 from Target, something like that. But I'm actually really grateful I did. I feel like that's a super fair price, and it's just gonna change my life. One of my favorite things to do, which obviously I won't be able to do this year because of Corona, but is to have, I have a whole set of, a class set of little mini whiteboards. And so if a kid's struggling with a concept, maybe during mitosis, I'll say, hey, grab a mini whiteboard and bring it to my desk. And then I can have these color markers and we can work through it together on the whiteboard. Or if we're doing like a math problem, like Hardy Weinberg, my student's favorite. But yeah, so I'm really, really excited about these. I feel like it was well worth the purchase. So yay. I've never even bought those either. Okay, now remember how I don't want to say dissing the Target dollar spot, but it can definitely be a trap. Sorry, my hands, spray painting. I'll show you what I was spray painting in a minute. But I did find these wood clips, and they're so cute. I think they were $3 in the Target dollar spot, but basically they have Monday through Friday, and then they have every month. And I feel like this is so perfect for me because I am the teacher. Like, I print stuff out and then put it in my desk on a pile, and I totally forget what it's for, what it's about, or I get handed a form saying, hey, you got to do this form by a certain date. I forget, to be honest. So I'm really excited to just be able to like clip these onto my paper or clip these onto whatever piece of paper it is, and it'll be a great like colorful reminder to me to kind of tap back into that. So I'm excited to try these. They were $3. Honestly, I don't feel like it would, I feel like if you wanted to make these on your own, it would cost more or if not the same. So I definitely wanted to kind of try these out. But I mean, they're so cute. Look at that, you guys, adorable. Now, the other thing I did buy at the Target dollar spot, and you guys are gonna laugh at me, you guys know, these have been all over YouTube, all over Instagram, and I literally bought 3 packs because I have never measured my bulletin boards. And the reason I bought 3 packs of border is because both years that I have been a teacher, I have not bought in border, boardette, whatever you call it, and it has bothered me all year long. Literally both years. So if for 2 years straight it has bothered me not to have the border, I figured, what the heck, it's in the dollar spot, I'm gonna get it. So I got 3 packs, so this way I can't run out. And they were only $1 each, and they come with 14 of these, so I'm sure it'll cover all my boards. But they're really cute because they're crayons on one side and then pencils on the other. So $1 each, so $3. But it's been a problem that, or not a problem, it's been something that's bothered me for 2 years straight. So I'm really, really happy to go ahead and bite the bullet, buy these, especially for so cheap. And I love this because you guys know, if you watch my vlogs, my classroom colors are orange and turquoise, and so the crayons of course have that, and then the pencils are very neutral, so I feel like this will be great either way. Okay, I might as well show you guys the next thing that I feel like is kind of a teacher social media thing, but I couldn't help it. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of sad because I feel like this is not going to be the year for this. This is an amazing, it's like, I think it's technically called photo storage. You can buy it at Hobby Lobby, Target, Walmart, Amazon, literally anywhere. If I can open it. Hold on, there we go. It's literally, I don't want these all to fall out. It's photo storage. So what it technically is, so if you're like looking for this on Amazon or Walmart, type in like rainbow photo storage bin, because each of these are technically to hold like photo prints. But what teachers use them for is putting manipulatives in them. So they'll buy this and then they can do a set of manipulatives and then, you know, so on and so forth. What I find is for my science classes, I'll often make flashcards, or not flashcards, but like matching cards, or I'll do some type of fun activity that you have to print out a bunch of little things and cut them out and laminate them, and the cutting out and laminating takes forever, like literally forever. And then what do? I put it in a Ziploc bag, throw it in a milk crate in my closet, and then forget about it. So then the next year rolls around and I forgot that I spent hours upon hours making these awesome cards for this awesome activity my kids loved. So this year I wanted to do this so I could just, when I make the little I keep calling them flashcards, but it's not what it is. So when I make my little printed out manipulatives or matching cards or like, you know, whatever it is, I can just stick them right in here, use my Cricut to make a label, because if you know, I put my Cricut on my worst list because it's so dang expensive, but I can put labels on these things because I have one. Yeah, but I thought this would be so cute. I love this. My classroom color scheme is definitely not rainbow, but it's like this turquoise and this orange. So I just feel like it's really cute. They do have an all clear version of this product. Me personally, I know I'll be able to like associate the colors with an activity. Like if I do all my DNA activities in these green boxes, I know my mind will just think about it quicker. But my goal is for one day to get maybe 3 of these boxes, one for each of my preps, and then I can store the stuff in here. And honestly, if I had one of these boxes for each prep, like bio, and then enviro, and then ecology, I feel like that would be my whole year, and that would be amazing. But the one kind of bummer about this product is it It was $25 on Amazon. I know Hobby Lobby sells a variation of this, and I know Michaels sells a variation of it. It is not available at my local stores. I went into both of them, and I went into Joann's, but Hobby Lobby is doing this on sale for $8 right now, so go run, do that. At least so I heard. Maybe that's why they were out of my store, because they were on sale for $8, but amazing. Love it, love it. I have 2 more on my Amazon wish list. So if you guys don't know what I do, or a suggestion I have for if you're a new teacher or an older teacher, or a teacher that's been around the block, is anytime you think of something you want for your classroom, like for me, no, I'm so sorry, you guys. I probably messed it up. I'm sorry if that's frustrating. But for me, border. So as soon as I think about something I want for my classroom, I put it on an Amazon wish list. And so when it comes time where your principal asks if they do, like, hey, is there anything you'd like for your classroom next year? You can pull up your list and see everything that you compile throughout the year, and I found that to be super helpful. So I have 2 more of these on my Amazon list, so I know that that's a goal of mine. Last year, the school that I'm at now gave the teachers a pretty hefty budget for their classroom. So honestly, with coronavirus, I'm not sure if that's gonna happen or not. So I have a bunch of things on my Amazon wish list that I have not purchased yet, just to see if that debit card comes through. I'll know in like 2 weeks, and if it doesn't come through, then I'll go ahead and buy it on my own. And of course, I'll show you guys no matter who buys it, but that's why. And then the next thing, my paper cutter. You guys, I'm so excited. If you watch my best and worst videos, I talked about the cheap paper cutters where you like slide the razor. It's like $10 at Amazon, Walmart, Target, wherever you buy it. Or at most, it only makes it a year because it's just not meant for teacher use. Like I find a product that you maybe buy and keep at your home for crafting just doesn't compare to how much like as a teacher you're gonna use it. So I went ahead and bought this. It was $25. I also looked at our Hobby Lobby and Michaels in our town, and they didn't have them, which is making me think they're just kind of like bad Hobby Lobbies and Michaels, because our school year starts in 2 weeks, so like stuff like this should be out and available, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and then I'm going to show you guys one last thing I bought. I also bought this from Target, and I'm kind of having some buyer's remorse for this one. So if you guys watched my classroom vlogs, oh wait, I'll just show you. I'm so excited. So this is a dry erase calendar. I got it in the back to school section. I think it was $25, which is kind of a lot. But this border is normally white. So I really wanted a black border. I just felt like it would tie my room together a little bit better. So I bought black spray paint, not realizing what the frame was made out of. This frame, you can't see it on the camera, but it's like super shiny and slick. So I feel like this black spray paint is not gonna stay well in here at all. So, fingers crossed, but that's kind of why I'm feeling a little bit of buyer's remorse, because I'm like, I wish I would have just waited to find one with a black frame. But what I use the dry erase board for, or the whole month calendar for my classroom, is with high school students. I find a lot of them, if I say like, oh, hold on, that's not a good position for me. So I say, like if we're in this week Thursday, I say, oh, you have a quiz next week Wednesday. It's gone, it's out of their head. So I really try and spend a few seconds, if even a few minutes every day, like pointing out next week to them on the calendar, just to kind of get them in the headspace that, next week is coming and there's things to do. So I had used a Happy Planner desk calendar last year, and it was so cute and it was so adorable, and I had every intention of buying that same item again. But when I went to Target, I saw them and I'm like, they're not as cute as last year. And then I saw this and I was like, well, dang, why don't I just buy the dry erase one? So much better for the environment, and then I never have to buy it again. And then I messed up with the spray paint. So I don't know, I might buy another one. Not this year, but at some point. But what I really liked about this dry erase board calendar is it had this huge section for like notes. It says to do, that doesn't affect me, but this whole section, I love to put stuff here if like they have a form due, like a field trip form due, or whatever's going on. I just love a good monthly calendar, especially with freshmen and sophomores. I feel like It's a skill that honestly my students have not really, that I would say a lot of my students don't have. And so this has been a great tool, and I hang this right over their maker station in the classroom, and I always keep it updated. And so this way they see it every single day, and I will point stuff out, and we'll put birthdays on it if they want to, but I just love it. And so that was part of the reason for my colored dry erase markers. But that is everything I bought for the school year so far. The one thing I did want to tell you guys is if you want to see what's on my Amazon wish list, so like the things I'm planning on buying as like funds come available or as they don't come available and I just buy them, I put all that on my Amazon wish list. No need to buy me anything. I just wanted it to be there so you guys could see it. It's in the description down below. Or you can see my Amazon storefront. I have a classroom section where I put everything that I bought on Amazon into there. So like if you wanted to buy this exact bin, which I wouldn't recommend if your Hobby Lobby or Michael's has it, because it's definitely gonna be cheaper there. Or you wanna buy the exact paper cutter that I have, they'll all be linked there in the Amazon storefront. Obviously, I can't link the Target dollar spot, but you know, you're teachers, so you all know about Targets. But that is all for today's video, you guys. If you have any questions or video ideas for this kind of like back to school series, feel free to comment them down below. Comment down below. Actually, what I'm really curious about, what I always wonder, I'm like, what is the big thing? Like, I feel like every summer there's a big trendy item on teacher Instagram or teacher YouTube that all the teachers start buying up. What do you guys think that item is? Because I feel like coronavirus has kind of made it a little harder to go back to school shopping, but what do you guys think? I'm curious. Okay, well, I will see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye, y'all.